Hi Rob and Ashley, it's Rob over at the site. Just having a look at this front area where we're going to be closing in block on the front wall down to the bottom where this door goes in. We're going to rip out the door, we're going to put block all the way from the bottom right up and waterproof around it with purging and dimple board around the three sides because we've got concrete wall here. Originally, I'm just going to move the garbage here. Originally I was thinking after waterproofing it, putting some dimple board around here and going inside the house with a trench, putting it over to a sump pump and having it eject out the front here. Something occurred to me that if we spill it out here, you're going to have fresh sump water spilling out, pouring over here, running back down and basically percolating back into the ground that we're going to backfill. And essentially it's just going to keep recycling, going in, seeping down, going in, getting pumped out and all that. So that is an option, but if we were to do it, we would have to have an ejection pipe, the ejection pipe, I should say, sticking out over here, and you'd have to have some sort of thing to divert the water far enough away from the house that it would spill out and run off down further away from the foundation wall. That would be one option. You'd have the cost of a little bit of trenching, putting some weeping tile across, digging, getting someone to dig the sump pit, which is an hour or two's work, putting the pit in, the cost of the pump, which is a couple $100, and all that, and then backfilling, which we have to do anyways. But as I'm standing here looking at it, I'm standing on a solid chunk of concrete, which is basically the sidewalk that comes up, comes across here, and there's concrete on the side here, there's concrete on the front, there's dirt underneath, but there's basically a concrete ledge that used to sort of frame in where the stairs used to go down into the basement. So we have concrete here and we have concrete here. My thought is, as I'm standing here looking at it, by the way, we have to disconnect this and we have to have the downpipe spill out onto grade. You're not allowed to bring rainwater down into the sewage pipes anymore because the city's been having issues with backing up pipes in heavy rainstorms. All the rainwater goes down there, it backs up the pipes, and people get flooding in their basements through the drain lines. So we have to have this cut off above grade and put a diversion pipe spilling out onto grade. That's number one. So we can't use that pipe to absorb the water that's going to percolate through here when we backfill. So what I'm thinking as an option, which actually might be the best ultimate solution for what we're looking at, if we remove this door down to the bottom, put new blocks all the way up, parge it around the three sides where we have brick, block, and concrete, parge it up to here, put some fresh dimple board, perhaps even a touch higher, or at least at the very least level with the top of this concrete here. What I'm thinking is we would then backfill with crushed gravel, 3/4 inch crushed rock. That would be a good solid base to support concrete, and basically form and pour a new concrete pad a touch higher, maybe an inch and a half or something higher than this concrete here, and then higher than the concrete across here, and form it on this side, dividing it along the property line. And what you would have is essentially a big concrete pad over here that would have a downward slope away from the wall, and would actually land, the front of the pad would land on this concrete. So as water landed on it, it would have a tendency to run this way, drop off onto this concrete, and keep on running away from the house and not work its way back in there. And if any residual water did, we've got crushed gravel, which would help it percolate down and just sort of find the earth this way, find the earth that way, but less likely to find its way back into here because we've poured concrete past the concrete here and past the concrete here. I would take it as far as possible and seal off all these gaps here with fresh concrete to make sure that water doesn't seep its way in there. But I think if we fill this up, loaded this up with 3/4 inch crushed gravel, it looks like maybe a yard or yard and a half of crushed gravel, and then pouring concrete to seal the whole thing off, you'll have one big solid concrete pad sloping away from the foundation wall, so that any rainwater is going to land, it's going to hit, it's going to run off and get away from the house, away from the foundation wall, and away from working its way back in there. I think that eliminates the need potentially. I mean, it wouldn't be a terrible idea to have a sump anyways, just to pick up any groundwater that's in here, because I can see in looking at it that there is, at the bottom of the concrete doesn't go all the way down, and there is earth under here that eventually is, you know, going to take on some moisture from rainwater at the front here, rainwater underneath where the AC is. It's going to take on water, and it's good to give it somewhere to go. So I think maybe either in replacement of or in conjunction with perhaps some weepers that drain into the house to a sump pump and pumping it out as far as possible. I think at the very least, if we close this off with concrete and give it a good substantial slope away from the house, that'll help eliminate water wanting to work its way back in there, and we can make sure that it's parged and sealed up along the top of the concrete and up the wall. And when we put the corrugated aluminum on here, we can see if we can bring it right down and have it overlap that, so the water is going to hit the aluminum siding, run down, and immediately hit the slope, and not want to work its way into the crack or the seam where the concrete pad meets the wall. So I think that would be a good solution, whether in conjunction with or in replacement to the sump. I think putting concrete here is a better way to go as I'm standing here looking at it. But again, it's an option to consider. Thanks so much.